So come to our safe sitting position with our knees in line with our hips. So positioning something under your feet if necessary to bring them up to find that position. Feet flat on the floor or on the support that you're giving. So we're trying to avoid having the feet coming back behind us, put a little bit too much strain on the hip and on the lower back. And let's just bring our hands to rest over our belly, so just kind of around navel level. And if you've got a chair that supports you, you can sit back in that, but maybe place something between you and the chair back so that we're avoiding rounding into it. So what we're just trying to do is establish that lovely tall spine and that sense that we're rooted through the feet. And that everything from your pelvis down is anchoring down to the floor. So you feel that all becoming heavier. It's giving you a really good, solid connection to the ground. And at the same time, everything from your pelvis upwards is lifting and becoming taller as you breathe. So once you've settled yourself comfortably, let's close our eyes, the hands resting over the navel. And just set the intention that we're here. We're not going to take our mind elsewhere. We're going to work with care and compassion to ourselves to do no sense of harm. And we're going to keep that inner dialogue with ourselves really honest so that we're only working with everything that feels appropriate for us. Just checking in with the way that you're feeling before you begin your practice. Noticing any points of your body that are kind of letting you know that they're uncomfortable. And if possible, doing anything necessary to create comfort in that place. Maybe sending some kind and loving thoughts to those areas. As we start now to take the awareness to the breathing and feel that rise and fall of the breath through the nostrils. Nice soft relaxed face. We can maybe feel that as we breathe now a little bit deeper, we can just watch that journey of the breath all the way down to your belly. So feel your belly gently expand. And then as you breathe out, feel your belly just easing back slightly. Just squeeze the residue of the breath out of the lungs. Breathing in, let the belly button relax. And drawing it back on each breath out. Just keep this going at a comfortable level for you. Let yourself recognize how that feels. Just slowing down with an awareness of this present moment, with awareness of the breath, nurturing your body. And then let's just gently tuck the chin down to the chest. And let yourself be mindful of where you feel that influence in your body. Let's gently blink the eyes open. Keep the chin tucked in and slowly slide your chin along your right collarbone. And then back to the centre. Slide your chin along the left collarbone. And back to the centre. So we're just working very slowly with the neck. Keep the chin tucked in all the time. This is said to be the safest way to exercise neck without putting too much strain on those tiny, tiny vertebrae. And the next time we're back to the centre, let's pause. And let's breathe ourselves up nice and tall. Find again that nice lengthening through the body. And just let your shoulders relax. So we bring your hands to your hearts. And as you breathe in, let's open up. So you feel that sensation of lifting the breastbone. And feel that space from your pubic bone to your navel, navel to breastbone, breastbone to chin. And as we breathe out, round out and reach as far forward as you can. And press your palms together as you tuck your chin in. And feel that stretch in the back of the body. Let's move between those two movements. As we breathe in, feel the sensation in the front of the body. And as you exhale, feel the sensation through the back of the body. So we're always working with kindness. If you've got a chair back, maybe you need to shuffle forward to give yourself a little bit more space. And we're grateful for any of that movement that the spine is able to do. And the next time we open up, let's take a lovely full breath in. And then as we breathe out, bring the hands behind. So we can link fingers if that's accessible, or we might just bring the hands to rest on the lower waist, or we might hold on to one of our wrists. Let's roll the shoulders round and down and ease the shoulder blades closer together. So we've got that nice lift through the front of the body. And once again, as we're breathing, we feel that connection from your pubic bone to your breastbone to your chin. So nice and open through the body. And maybe just reaching back a little with your hands to try and lengthen the arms. To really help to work the shoulders and the chest. The breath is rising and falling. And if it feels comfortable, as you breathe in, let's just lift the hands off the body. Making sure we don't arch too much. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let the arms completely relax. Just notice where you feel that energy travelling between the shoulders. So let's sit with the legs quite close together and let's link the fingers so the palms are up. And as we breathe in, bring the hands up to your hearts. And as we breathe out, let's press the chin down and reach the arms forward. So again, that lovely stretch through the upper back. You're pushing your feet to the floor, pushing your hips to the seat to give us that foundation as we take a big stretch up. And then as we exhale, just relax the shoulders and let's give them a little roll. Try and breathe a little deeper, that will energise us, particularly if we're feeling a little bit lethargic. So let's bring the hands uppermost again, breathe in, come up. Breathe out, really round your back out as you tuck your chin into your chest. Take that deep stretch forward. Push your feet to the floor, push your sit bones into the chair. And this time as we breathe out, let's bring the hands to rest on the hips. Feel yourself growing taller as you breathe, taking all the tension out of your face. And as we breathe out, let's ease over to our left side so we feel a stretch through the right side. As we do that, try not to bring your bottom with you. Keep pushing your right buttock to the chair. Tighten your belly a little as we breathe in, come to the centre. And as we breathe out, let's go over to the opposite side. So we just want to feel a nice sense of opening through the waist. And a little lift on the belly to protect the back as we move. So once we feel confident that this isn't pulling on the back, in which case we'll stay as we are, but we can reach down, so we're going to touch the floor. Maybe we're getting a little bit further each time, but keeping that inner communication really honest. So we're not lifting our bottom, we're moving through the waist. And if that feels okay, as we reach down with the left arm, we can reach up with the right. And vice versa, but that is potentially a little bit harder on the back and the heart and the blood pressure. So we're keeping that inner communication honest and working with what is appropriate for us. This time when we come up, let's take both arms up if we can. If that feels too much, take them forward instead. Imagine you're trying to squeeze your ears with the tops of your arms. Breathe in, try and reach just that little further. And breathe out, bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind, and twist to your left. Tighten your belly as you breathe in, smoothly lift both arms up or forward if that's more appropriate. And exhale, let's twist to our rights. Just keep that going with your breath. So really focusing on finding length in the spine to create safety. Don't want any compression. And try and feel that sense that you're opening your body up, particularly across the chest. One more each side. And this time we lower the arms, just bring them to any comfortable resting position for yourself. Check that your breathing's okay. And establish how you're responding to those movements. So on our next breath in, let's sweep both arms up. And as we breathe out, let's bring the hands underneath that right knee crease. Trying to keep the body lifted rather than letting ourselves round out. So we can help ourselves with this, pushing that left foot a little deeper into the floor. And start to draw circles with your right ankle. And change direction. And let's bring our right hand to rest on that right knee, left hand to rest on the waist. And as we breathe in, take your knee out as you turn your head left. And breathe in, bring both to centre. Obviously, if you've got any hip issues and you've been told not to take your knee in this direction, we could do something different. We can come back and forth. So there's always something that we can do. We just need to be a little bit creative. Open and return to centre. And then let's bring that right knee to the centre. Let's keep it lifted as we take up both arms. And And then let's take that right foot out as we bring the hand under the back of the thigh. And let's point forward and back with that right foot. Going quite slowly so we really get the benefits of the movements. Improving blood flow, improving drainage of excess fluid around the ankles. And then for strength, next time we push that heel away, let's pause. Again, sit yourself up a little bit taller. And then as we exhale, let's bend the knee and bring the nose and the knee towards each other. And then let's take that right foot to the floor. So we can tune into how we feel. Listening to your body, to the way it's changed. And when we're ready, we'll breathe in, feel that stretch through the whole body once more. And exhale, bring that right knee in. Bring ourselves a little bit taller and let the shoulders drop down off your ears. And let's take that ankle in nice slow circles. And change direction. And now let's bring our right hand to our right hip, our left hand to our knee, left knee. And as we inhale, look right as you take your knee left. And as you exhale, return to the centre. Or the alternative for anybody with a hip problem is to move the leg forward and back. Connecting the movement and the breath together. And this time we'll stay in the centre. Keep your knee lifted, keep your foot off the floor and sweep your arms up. Feel that full stretch. And bring the hands under your thigh and take it away. And we'll push forward and back with the left foot. And let's bring some strength into that. Push the heel away. Ease yourself even taller. Nice deep breath in, the whole body breath. And then bring the knee in, maybe see if the nose will go somewhere near. Shoulders remain relaxed. And place both feet back down to the ground. Pause for a moment, just check how you feel. And we're going to walk the feet out. Just taking them as wide as you're comfortably able to do. Again, anybody with a hip problem, keep the legs in alignment where you know that you're allowed to be. So let's just drop the arms down by our side and come back into that twist. Side stretch. So it might feel a little bit different because we've changed leg position. And again, we're not going to let the bottom lift off the chair. Really feel you're pushing your bottom into the seat. So we feel this lovely stretch through the waist. And ease back to centre. And I'd like us to lengthen the spine as we lean over to the right and let our right elbow rest on that right thigh. We're going to stay in the postures a little bit longer now. Let's bring that left hand behind the back and just gently encourage your left shoulder back a little bit to create some space through the front of the body. So if we're able, let's look up, but for some of us we might be safer in the neck to look down. So play around with what's the most appropriate position for you, and we breathe into it. Imagine you're taking your back to a wall behind you, so we're not letting our chest draw us forward, rather we're pushing our back backwards. And if it feels right, we can reach up with that right arm to deepen that side stretch. All the while aware of our breath. And we might, if it feels good, take the arm overhead, or sometimes for our shoulder it's better just to slide the arm just in front of the face. We just want to feel that side stretch. Tighten the belly, and we'll slowly make our way out of that side stretch and pause for a moment and recognise how we feel. So we're going to turn our body to look over our right leg. So that's going to mean we drop that left hip down. So you can, if your knee is on the floor, you could place something under the knee, or to go a little deeper, we can tuck the toes under the left leg and take it away. So we're creating a big space in the hips. We can feel that really good solid connection to the floor. If we've got our toes tucked under that back foot, we're getting a good stretch through the fascia of that left sole as well. And we can reach the arms up or forward if up is too much. And then bring the hands behind, so we're going to link fingers or hold a wrist. Shoulders draw together, so we've got that lovely space through the chest. Breathe into that wonderful stretch through the front of the body. Releasing the arms and slowly turning back to face the centre, keeping the legs wide as long as that's comfortable and safe for you. Let's link the fingers, bring them all the way up, and as we exhale, round your back, press your hands away, tuck your chin down to your chest. And as we breathe in, let's reach up and slowly make our way around to the other side. So your back knee can rest on the floor, but don't have it hanging there. Rest it on a pillow or tuck the toes under. So we've got a deeper space created in the hip. We're working with what's best for you. Comfortable with the breath, feel that chest lifted. And we can reach up with the arms. So we're creating more space through the front of the body. And then breathe in the hands behind. So let's hold the other wrist this time. Bring the shoulder blades closer together and enjoy that space in the front of the body. Breathe into that space. Let's release the arms, take them all the way up, and take our time to slowly come back. Facing the wide side, legs open, and feel the energy moving around your body. Linking the fingers, bring the hands up to the heart, tuck the chin in as you push away. Really opening the back. Take it all the way up. And let's bring the arms behind us once again, so you could hold the waist if that's more comfortable. Link the fingers or hold a wrist, bring the shoulder blades together and breathe into this wonderful space through the front of the body. When we take that next breath in, we're going to grow taller, and then we're going to breathe out and ease forward. So as we do that, make sure your tummy is drawn up. Some of us might release the hands and rest the elbows on the thighs. Some of us might come a little bit further forward, maybe hands on the waist, or if we're very comfortable, we might reach the arms up. We're not going to take the head low if that affects your blood pressure, or if you have glaucoma or any kind of pressure. And then we're very slowly pushing into the feet to make our way up again to sitting. Release the arms and heel toe, walk your feet back side by side. So we have a moment to settle and feel the effects of what we've just done. So we're working a little on strengthening the thighs, the muscles of independence that I call them. So let's bring the hands over the chest so we can't cheat. Feet are just a little bit apart and they're pointing forward, as are your knees. So we're not going to let the knees come together. We'll breathe in, we'll come taller. And we breathe out, ease forward. And we breathe in, come taller. And feel that you're lifting your tummy muscles to support your back, give you a bit of power. And keep your tummy muscles lifted as we ease forward. Let's take a couple more like that. Work with the breath. And the next time we go forward, push into the feet, lift your bottom. Push into the feet, keep your tummy lifted, and let's come up to standing. Let's take a deep breath in here and breathe out. Deeply bend the knees, be sure that they're looking forward, and almost sit down but not quite. And then trust that the chair is still there, ease back down. Let's do that twice more at your pace. The secret is to really push your feet to the floor, because that is your root, that is your foundation, that is where your power comes from. And the other secret is to make sure that you are breathing nice and deeply, because the muscles need that energy of the breath. Lovely. Next time we get up, we'll stay standing. Okay, so because I've got a chair without a back on, I'm going to use the wall instead. But if you've got a chair with a back on, you can use that. Or if a wall is more accessible, we'll use that. So we'll just come nice and tall to begin. Breathe well. And holding on to your support, so that might be the chair. And you'll probably have the chair in front of you. I'll just do it this way for purposes so that you can see. But have your chair in front, or if you're going to use a wall, face the wall. So arms in front. Feet are hip distance apart. And as we breathe in, lift your heels off the ground. And as we breathe out, slowly lower the heels back down. So let's just stay with that. Lifting the heels each time you breathe in. Lowering the heels slowly on the breath out. So if you're feeling confident of your balance, as you breathe in, lift one or both arms, just horizontal, and exhale, take it down. You could alternate that, so lift the other arm on the next breath in, take it down on the breath out. Or if you're feeling very confident, both arms lift and then lower. I'm going to take the heels back down. We're going to pause, just check that we feel comfortable. Again, make sure that you're breathing, otherwise you're going to end up with muscle pain or get a build-up of lactic acid. We don't want that, so nice deep breaths. So we're going to continue this working on strength. So you might be holding your chair or your wall. You're going to breathe in, come up for a count of 1, and down for 1. As you exhale, come up 2, go down 2, come up 3, down 3, up 4, down 4, up 5, down 5, up 4, down 4, up 3, down 3, up 2, down 2, up 1, down 1, nice and slow. Take a rest, feel that little sensation of tuning in, so it does feel quite strong all the way up to the bottom, so you might want just to give yourself a little bit of a rub, get the blood flowing, and you might feel the need to shake the legs out a little bit, so anything that feels right is appropriate for you. Okay, so we're going to stay as you are, so you're holding your chair. So I've got an imaginary chair here. I'm going to step our left foot forward and our right foot back, so that right heel is lifted, so it's lifted off the floor. Toes are both pointing forward to your chair. We've got straight legs as we breathe in. And then as we breathe out, bend your left knee and let yourself sink down. And as we breathe in, come back up, straightening the leg. As we breathe out, bend the knee. And remember, as we bend the knee, it doesn't go past our toes and it doesn't roll in or out. It's nicely aligned. So we breathe in for 4, straighten the leg. Breathe out for 4, bending the knee. Come up 5, down 5. If you get comfortable with this, we could lift the left arm as well. Come up and come down. And then we could change arms, so we're still bending the left knee, but we could raise the right arm. Notice how different that maybe feels. Very good for the brain to work across the body. And the next time we reach up, we'll step the feet together so you'll be coming towards your chair. Again, we can feel the difference between the left and right leg. Notice where you felt that action. And then if you just want to walk around to the chair seat, so you're looking at your chair seats. And we'll take the feet a little bit wider and make yourself a little bit pigeon-toed. I'm going to reach the arms up and fold forward from the crease of your hips. Bring your hands to rest on your chair seats. So I'm just keeping quite a nice flat back here with a little lift through the tummy muscles, a nice long neck, and the shoulders are relaxed, so the shoulders aren't coming into your neck that way. Your neck is remaining quite long. And we're pushing your bottom back. So we're trying to feel a stretch through the back of the legs. It may be that you actually need to bend your knees a little bit. So listen to what your body needs. I'm going to use a strong belly rather than curl up, which isn't particularly good if we do suffer with osteoporosis. So let's work on strength. Let's press the feet to the floor. Let's lift the tummy muscles up and ease ourselves up to standing that way. And then let's take those hips round in circles just to make sure everything is as it should be. Let's change direction. And heel to bring your feet back side by side. So this time we're going to step the other foot forward. It's going to be your right foot, left foot back. So your toes are looking forward as the back foot as well. We keep the chest lifted when we bend the knee. And we straighten up. So we're just easing down and coming back up. So we might find our hips and knees gradually over time will become a little bit more comfortable with this. Work with your breath. And again, you might like to lift both the same side up, so right arm up and down, so you can still hold your chair, take the strain from your joints. Or you might like to now do the opposite arm. Going to stretch up as much as possible and then bring the feet back together so we can feel the difference both sides of the body. So I've got a couple of options for that stretch now. So that movement that we just did was quite uneven, one foot back, one foot forward. It's uneven on the back. So we can go into the forward fold on the chair seat that you did already. If we have heart problems, blood pressure problems, glaucoma, pregnancy, we're not going to take the head lower than the heart, but if they aren't a problem for us, we could bring our forearms to the chair and rest our head on the forearms. If that isn't suitable and you have a wall or the chair back, you can press your hands on the chair back, press your hands to the wall and glide your bottom back towards your heels so we get the same stretch through the back of the body. Wherever we are, if your hamstrings are tight, back of your legs are tight, soften your knees a little bit. For women, if we're able to take our head lower, this is really helpful for anybody with stress, but particularly for women because it helps to balance the hormonal system. And even if we're well past having periods, we still have some estrogen in the body, we still need it. And that needs to be balanced out with our stress hormones. This inversion can be really, really beneficial. Feel the breath rise and fall. Again, let's work on strength. Let's push the feet firmly against the ground. Lift your tummy muscles up and come up really, 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 really slowly. So we don't disturb the equilibrium too much. So I'm going to ask us heel to bring the feet together and then come on to our backs. So if your chair is relatively low, can we bring our calves to rest on the chair back? If not, can we place a bolster or something underneath the knees. So again, just having the feet a little bit higher than the heart isn't too dangerous, but it helps to calm us and it helps to protect the lower back because the back is supported against the ground. Make sure we haven't got the chin sticking up in the air. We're trying to feel the back of the neck on the floor, so we're almost creating a double chin. We'll give ourselves a few moments to let the back settle into that position. And if you find actually, no, this isn't right for you, carefully bring your knees in, roll to your side, and make your way to sit on a comfortable chair. So it's going to work a little bit more through the arms. So we're going to stretch the arms out nice and wide to your side. And as we breathe in, reach the arms up, bring the palms together. So imagine you're trying to touch the ceiling. Then bend the elbows and bring your thumbs to rest on your forehead. Stretch your arms all the way up to the ceiling. And take them out to the side. Try and get your shoulder, elbow, back of your hand to the floor. Come all the way up, but this time we're going to cross the top, right arm on top of the left and rest your hands over your shoulders. So give yourself a really nice hug. And we can feel that space opening up in the upper back. And we might just gently rock the shoulders side to side. Nice and soothing. And you might find that your head wants to move in the opposite direction to your shoulders, or maybe go in the same direction. Trust your body and work with it. Ease back to the centre. Sweep the arms up, so imagine you're touching the ceiling. Bending the elbows, maybe you're touching the forehead, or maybe your heels of your hands will go to the top of your head. So just working the shoulders in all directions. We reach the fingers up towards the sky and we take them out nice and wide. We reach up for the ceiling, but cross your left arm on top this time. Give yourself a hug. Breathe deeply into the upper back. And again, we might want to take that little rock side to side. And let's come to rest in the centre. Sweep the arms back up. Bend the elbows, touch to your forehead or the top of your head. Reach all the way up. And then let's bring the hands to rest down on our belly. And just check in with yourself that you do feel comfortable with this. You could ease onto a chair if that's more appropriate. If you're doing that, come up nice and slowly. Close your eyes. Feel the breath moving in your body. And feel the breathing beginning to slow right down. Feel that we're using the breath and using this quietness to bring energy into our being. So we're either sitting or still on our back with our legs on the chair. So we feel that we're building up a strong energy field for ourselves and sealing that energy within us so that it doesn't all just get dissipated when we go back to our everyday living. So I'd like you to focus on the breath. And as you breathe in, mentally follow that breath all the way to your heart. And as you breathe out, visualize white light or any light that suits you flowing from your heart all the way down to your feet. As you breathe in, follow the breath to your heart and breathe out. Send that light with its strength and healing energy the length of your right leg, out through the sole of that right foot. Breathe in, watch the breath flow to your heart, and exhale that white light to fill your left leg and flow out through the left foot, creating this energy within. We breathe in, watch the breath flow to our hearts, and breathe out. Take that light to fill our pelvis and our abdomen. When we breathe in, follow the breath to the heart, and as we breathe out, send light out to our shoulders, our arms and hands, and let that light dance on your fingertips. Breathing in, bring the light, the breath to your heart, and breathe out, let that light fill your throat, your face, your head, as though you're breathing out through your crown. And for the next few breaths, just feel that sense of increasing that light within you. And let that light provide all that you currently need. And now as you breathe, feel that with each breath in, you're drawing the energy you've created into your heart. And with each breath out, you're feeling more and more alive, more and more grounded. More and more awake. Let's just spend a few moments just feeling the sensation of our body wherever you're resting, aware of what you're connecting with. Aware of having recharged your batteries with movement and breath awareness. Let yourself very gradually become aware of the sounds around you. Gently blink your eyes open. We slowly bring light back into our awareness. Send gratitude to yourself for turning up, for nurturing yourself. And perhaps set the intention that you continue with self-care, self-respect as you go about the rest of your day. If you're on the chair, let's slowly bring our knees in towards our chest. And you might just want to go in little circles or maybe move side to side. Whatever we're doing, make it a pleasant movement. And eventually we'll rest over on our side. So if we've been lying down, our blood pressure will be lower, so we don't want to sit up quickly. Take your time, it's alright to use a pillow under your head for comfort. Breathe a few breaths in and out. Maybe gradually deepening the breath to energize us. Making sure we use the power in our arms to slowly come up to sitting. And let's seal the practice. Let's bring our hands to our hearts. Take a bow of respect to yourself, grateful for all that you've done. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace and peace and peace. Namaste.